Fans, tonight the Trojans play host to the Buffaloes of Newport here at UDA Stadium in downtown Elizabethville on kind of a breezy night right at the moment. There was a lot of rain earlier and showers off and on, but right now there is not a drop in the air, and the breeze has picked up a little bit though, but the field looks like it's in pretty darn nice condition considering the rain that we did have earlier this afternoon. And looks like it might be a pretty nice night for football. The breeze is supposed to pick up, and it is pretty stiff right now, blowing out of the east towards the Trojan bench from the other side of the field, as you can see. And the showers are predicted to come back. So we just had a good performance of the UDA marching band, and we'll be set to go with the kickoff of tonight's ball game. Trojans coming in here with a one-game winning streak on the line tonight, as they picked up a victory last time out against those really tough Juniata Indians up at Juniata, and so we're looking to extend our winning streak to 2 in a row now and build another one, as we had coming into the season this year when we had 6 in a row and then dropped that pair of games here just 2 and 3 weeks ago. So we'll be looking forward to these these Newport Buffaloes. They do have Bill Shipp as the quarterback, and on the other game that I seen them play at Williams Valley, they were pretty poor at that time. They didn't look very good at all. Had a terrible night up there, probably ended up the game with very little or almost negative yardage in that football game, but they have won 2 ball games lately. As a matter of fact, the white-clad Newport Buffaloes, who are just arriving on the field, have a 2-game winning streak tonight, as they have beaten Halifax and East Juniata in the last 2 outings, and so they're looking to extend their winning streak, and likewise for our Trojans. So we should have a pretty interesting ball game, I believe, and we'll be getting the opening toss here underway in just a moment. Out there for the Trojans goes from left to right Anthony Zielinski, Sean Rao, Sims, and Pham. And we'll be looking at the toss of the coin here and get the ball game underway in just a moment. Had an excellent game the last time out, as I mentioned, up at Juniata, when they really took care of the Juniata Indians, busted their bubble, as they had not a loss in league prior to that ball game, and the Trojans really took command of the game after the Juniata Indians had scored first. But then the Trojans came back, scored, went ahead 8-6 at halftime, and then never looked back in the second half as they put on point after point and won 24, I think it was 24-12 or something like that. Anyway, it was a good ball game, and we're looking for something similar to that tonight here against these Newport Buffaloes. If the camera is shaking, which it is right now, you will note that the breeze is blowing and shaking, actually shaking the booth over here. The Trojans have won the toss, but they have deferred until the second half, and so the Newport Buffaloes will get that football to begin this evening's football game. So we'll be ready to go here in just a moment. Good luck to both squads. Okay, Brian Robertson tees it up here for the Trojans. He'll be kicking off here now. Brian's done a real good job here of late. And he has her teed up for the opening kick. And here we go. Newport sends 3 people back to receive the kick. And here it goes. It's got to go to the middle man. He's got it. Starts out at the 25-yard line, and ahead he comes to the 33, where he's stopped out there by R. Allen Hill, along with Wagner and Rutledge in there making the stop on the kickoff. Ball spot at the 34, 1st and 10. We'll find out who the Newport fellas are here. We do have a lineup, and I know that Bill Shipp is the quarterback. And as I say, he had a miserable night. The whole team did. The first night of the season up at Williams Valley, but since that time they have improved. They'll go to a power I formation to open up the ball game, and a flag on the play as there was lines jumping around in there. The whistle blows as Justin Mosser comes in and puts the back down, but there was a flag on the play prior to that. It's Mosser out there along with Kinch, number 55, 79 out there, Schaefer, And we'll get the rest of these guys. Now as a 5-yard penalty charged against the Trojans, it'll make it 1st down and 5. The ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, Newport. Okay, 1st and 5 now for the Newport Buffaloes. And this time the fullback gets the call, or the running back gets the call. Hit in there immediately by Sean Rao and Sean Rao and Heath Ortland making the stop. Lost a couple. It'll be 2nd and 7 now. Nice play there by that Sean Rao, who has played well all year. He just loves to play that defensive end position, I believe. The way he plays, he does. Plays it with a lot of enthusiasm and really has done a great job all season. Single set in the backfield this time for the Newport. They overthrow number 85 out here on the first pass attempt. And Bill Ship's first pass is overthrown, and so it'll be 3rd down. Now, there is a breeze to contend with for sure. The field may or may not be slippery. It's hard to tell, as I mentioned, because it was wet. It's damp out there, but the wind surely will be a factor. It's really blowing. You can see the sweater on these guys blowing. The ref there trying to catch his hat because it is gusting out here. So it's 3rd down and 7 from the 37-yard line of Newport. Flanker out on both sides of the field this time. Single man set in the backfield again. Ship will pass. Fires it over the left side. It's incomplete. In and out of the hands of number 15. It goes. He was probably there and probably should have caught it. That's Chapman. But right through his fingers, and it'll be 4th down. Ship really fired that one. He really let it loose and fired it right through Chapman that time. So it'll be a punting situation coming up here now, and Bill Ship also is the punter on the ball club. He's a good athlete, all-around type guy, and he'll punt it away here for Newport. He'll be stepping up to around the 25-yard line to get this one off. Gets a slightly low snap, but not too bad. Ryan drives a kick down here that's going to be run back. As picking it up here is Matt Sherman, and Matt is tripped up at the 30-yard line on a good tackle in there by number 82 of Newport. And it'll be 1st and 10 now as the Trojans will get their first chance on the offense. First chance in the ball game as Bobby Pham, who had a super ball game last week up at Juniata, will come into the lineup. He has Drew Peterson, will be one of the flankers in the backfield. Will be, setting up deep back there is Anthony Zielinski. The slot back is Ortland, and the other running back in motion now is Breyer, and Breyer up the middle for a good gain, driving all the way out to the 37-yard line, picking up about 7. Boy, Dan had his career game last week, I believe, against Juniata, and he starts off tonight with his first carry and picks up 7. So good run that time by that Dan Breyer. Trojans seem to really have it all together last week as they intercepted the quarterback up there about 5 times, I believe, and really put the turnovers to good use. Here goes Zielinski up the middle for nearly the 1st down, I believe. It's going to be very close at any rate. Will they measure it? No, it is a 1st down. Okay, made that one by about a yard, did Anthony. Gain of about 4 in a play. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Trojans. Trojan air game, not very evident last week as they kept it pretty much on the ground and really grounded up there at Juniata. Here comes Ortland. Ortland's got the football. Tries to cut it up the middle. He's got a yard or so as he was almost stopped at the line of scrimmage, but then jumped ahead for another extra yard or so, picking up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Campbell making the stop in there, or Caldwell rather, making the stop in there for the Newport Buffaloes. Got nearly 3 out of that, so we'll make it 2nd and 7. It's closer to 3 than 2, so 2nd and 7. Tiny Tim Kuppenhaver, the center out there for the Trojan squad. In motion over this way comes Ortland. Back to pass goes Bobby Pham for his first pass. Getting a big rush, and he is going to be dragged down. Well, never went down, but anyway, caught in the backfield that time. Bob could not get that one loose, and it'll be a big loss on the play and bring up a 3rd down and plenty. Third and about 16 now. The ball spotted back at the 35-yard line. Trojans go to a power I formation in the backfield this time on this 3rd and 16. Handoff is to handoff that time was to Breyer, and he couldn't get away from those tacklers in the backfield. So another big loss, and it'll be a 4th down play coming up here now for the Trojans, and they'll have to punt the ball away now, as back to punt it goes our all-around guy, that Bobby Pham, quarterback and punter. And let's see if Bob gets a good snap. Nice snap. Here's his punt. Nice punt. Down here it's going to be taken at the 31-yard line to the 35. He goes to the 40, the 45, and this is Ship heading down the right side and dives to the 37-yard line before he's tripped up by Bob Pham. So number 19, here's the guy to watch. That's that Billy Ship, and he had a nice run back that time. Probably 30-some yards on the run back. It'll be 1st and 10. Newport on the Upper Dauphin 38-yard line. So excellent field position here for the Newport Buffaloes. Newport has that big, pretty good-sized running back here, number 43. You'll find out who that is in a second. He's got the football, and he's going to try to go around the other side. But, boy, there is Justin Mosser coming in there and making a great stop. Justin coming in there like nobody's business and making a good stop, number 73 in there. Way to go, Justin. Dropped about 7 or 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about just about 18. Ball now at the 44-yard line. All right. Well, Justin coming in there, grabbed him by the sweater that time, wouldn't let him go. Ship goes back to pass, looks over the left side. It's going to be incomplete as the receiver over there fell down, or was it a catch? It doesn't. No, it's an interception. Coming up with the ball is Drew Peterson, I believe. And Peterson caught that one right off the blades of grass almost, and they're going to rule that it's an interception. So Drewster gets himself a big interception and gives the ball back to the Trojans now on their own 33-yard line. 32-yard line, make it 1st and 10 Upper Dauphin. 6 minutes and 6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Zielinski, the deep set. Another 2 guys are in the slot. This is Breyer. Breyer up the middle with it. Gets still on his feet. Drives it ahead here to the 35 or 36-yard line. Picking up about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now. Peterson will check out of the ball game, as bringing in the signals now is that tight end on this side, Sean Rao. 2 wideouts on the near side of the field on this 2nd down and 6 now. Robertson out here is one of them. Handoff and going up the middle, though, for about 3 or 4. Goes that Breyer again, picking up another 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Nice run that time by that Dion Breyer. And we have official timeout. Got a man shaken up that time, number 20 of the Newport Buffaloes will check out of the ball game. And so an official timeout while they put a new player in there. And now we're set to go. Flankers are out on the far side of the field this time. And a handoff and going up the middle with it. Here comes Breyer. And Breyer skips ahead after running into a pile of folks out there at around the 40-yard line, but took it out to the 46-yard line. Another great run by that Dion Breyer, enough for the 1st down by 3 or 4 yards, actually. And it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball now at the UDA 45-yard line. Matthew Sherman will check out of the ball game on this play. Again, the power I formation in the backfield for the Trojans. And again, it's going to be Breyer taking a big run out the middle, scooting down to the 47-yard line of the Newport Buffaloes, picking up about 8 or so. It'll be 2nd down now and 2. Right at the 47-yard line almost, 47 and a half, something like that, of the Newport Buffaloes. So for the first time tonight, the Trojans are in Buffalo territory. And they've got the makings of a decent drive going here now. Again, using that power I formation and using the blocking and the power running of Breyer. Here goes Breyer again up the middle. Drags away from one guy, but then he is hit on a good tackle out there. Is coming up to make the stop is 39 of the Newport Buffaloes. Gain of about a yard only on the play. And we'll make it 2 yards. Well, no, about a yard, and bring up a 3rd down and 1. So Dion looked like he might have had a little bit of room, and all of a sudden that young Buffalo come up there and put the crunch on him. So it's a 3rd down and about a yard. Ball now just about at the 45-yard line of Newport. Watch what they do on this one. In the slot is that Altland. Up the middle goes Breyer. Breyer has the 1st down. As he dives to the 42-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10, Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10, UDA. Trojans will break the huddle here on the 1st and 10 now at the 42-yard line of Newport. Handoff, oh, this time going nowhere, and the ball come loose, and it's going to be, let's see who's got it. I think Newport might have that football. It is. It's going to be Newport, as Dion coughed it up that time. And it will be Newport recovering the football at the 50-yard line. So the ball is going to change hands evidently several times tonight as the Trojans turn it over there to the Newport Buffaloes. 1st and 10 Newport with the ball right on the 50-yard line. And so Ship and Company will go back to work here with 2:15 remaining here in the 1st quarter. Power I formation. Ship still has it, fires it down the left side. It is going to be incomplete. Almost picked off out there by Bobby Pham. You can see Bob reacting to that one, but couldn't quite get the fingers on it. And so it'll be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for the Newport Buffaloes. Ship will pitch it back over here to that number 43 guy, and he runs up the field until he is met there by that Heath Altland. And Altland and Schaefer bring him down. Here's a 3rd down and 5 play now. Ship again to pass. Fires one down the right side. This one here is tipped up in the air, and is it picked off? I think it is. It looks like Peterson has picked up his 2nd interception of the ball game. Ball tipped around out there, and Drew was one of the 3 on the coverage there for the Trojans, and Drew makes the 2nd interception of the ball game, both of them by Drew Peterson. So way to go, Drewster. He's got the ball for his Trojans back at the Trojan 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, so another turnover. Battle of the turnovers here tonight so far. We've got 1 minute, 16 seconds, and the rain, which had been holding off now, starting to pelt down here on us at the ballpark. Here's a passing play. Pham firing one deep. He's got a man out here. It is going to be intercepted by Bill Ship. Ship picks it off at the 35, at the 40, and he's at the Trojan 38 or 48-yard line. Now at the 45, now at the 40, and Pham is going to bring him down. I think, yeah, Bobby Pham will throw him down over there. So another turnover, another interception. Tackled by number 12, Bobby Pham. Penalty flag on the play. There is a penalty, however, on the play, and we'll find out what the penalty is. It's an illegal receiver downfield on the Trojans. They'll, of course, decline that. And it will be Newport ball, 1st and 10. They'll be at the Trojan 31-yard line. So we go back and forth here now, and now Newport with the advantage in good field position at the Trojan 31. Okay, on a 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes now. Ship hands it off over to that 32, and he'll dive ahead for a couple of yards. And he drives ahead for about 3. That's Smith. Or maybe 4, just about 4 on the play. Down to the 20, looks like about the 28-yard line out there. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. The quarter is going to end here in just about 3 seconds and 2 seconds, and that'll do it. They'll change field positions here now, and we'll be back with quarter number 2. It's scoreless at the end of 1, 0-0, Newport and Upper Dauphin. Okay, 2nd down now as we get ready for the 2nd period to open up here. It is 2nd and 6 for Newport. They have the ball on the Trojan 28-yard line. And they'll be putting it in play right there in just a moment now as they get the sticks ready. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Ship looks them over, and he'll call the signals here and get them going. He still has it, but boy, this time he's not going to be doing anything with it. It's coming in there to make a great tackle on him is that number 24, Anthony Zielinski. Boy, Zielinski come in there and got Bill Ship before he could even hand it off or whatever he was supposed to do with it. And a nice play that time by Ship. Kevin Wirtz will check out of the ball game for UD. Across the front in there we have Rao and then Snyder, Sims, and Mosser. Front four for UDA on the defense. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to pass goes Ship. He's fired one over this way. It is complete. And he's going to be tackled out here at about the 24-yard line. Zielinski again on the stop in there with Drew Peterson. And that'll make it a gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 4th and short. Rain comes whipping in here now in Sheets. Not a nice night at the ballpark. Not cold anyway. It's very cold up here. But we're inside tonight, so not too wet either, although the rain is blowing in this way a little bit. I was going to wear my official O.J. Simpson announcer's glove, but they wouldn't fit, so my hands are a little cold. Whoa, hold the phone. 71 was on his own count that time, and he's going to be flagged for a offsides, and will bring up a 4th down and 7. And so that might make a big difference in this series here because they were really moving along pretty good. The Trojans are going to be forced to hold them here now as they'll be looking at a 4th down play in just a moment. Okay, on a big 4th down and about 7, actually. Here's Ship firing it over that way. It is going to be complete to number 15, and he's got it. Goes inside the 10, where he's stopped in there by Bobby Pham. So 15 Smith, I think it is, with a big catch on a fine pass from Bill Ship, and that gives the Newport Buffaloes a 1st and goal from the Trojan. Looks like about the 7-yard line. Bob Pham stopping the touchdown that time with a tackle, but it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line of UDA. Ship this time will hand it off to number 20, and he's going to slip away from one would-be tackler and is tackled down around the 3 or so yard line, a little hard to tell. And it will be 2nd and goal from, it looks like about the 2. Okay, on a 2nd down and goal from about the 2. To Ship, handing it over here to Smith, I think it is, and he is going to be thrown down. Is coming up there to meet him is Snyder. Brad Snyder along with Breyer and Zielinski. So good job that time by Brad and Anthony and Dean. It will be no gain on the play. Bring up 3rd and goal from about the 2. 3rd and goal from about the 2 or 3. Here's Ship rolling right, looking. Got a man out there, but it's incomplete as he underthrows. The intended receiver was over there. That was at number 20 again. I think that's Smith or whatever. I'm not sure. I have to look at my scoreboard or score sheet here. But anyway, they got a field goal kicker on this squad, and it's going to be Ship, and Ship will try to kick a field goal now. He'll be placing the ball down at about the 10-yard line, so it'll be a 20-yard attempt here as Bill has her set up here, and we'll see what they can do with this. Pretty good snap. Kick is down. Kick is up. The kick is good. And so we have a 3-0 ball game here as Bill Ship's 20-yard field goal is good, and it'll be 3-0, and the Trojans will be getting the ball back here in just a second. Minutes, 18 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Trojans trailing now 3-0. And the Newport Buffalo kick coming up here as Ship has her teed up out here. Back to receive the kick is Breyer, I believe, on the near side. We'll see here. Here comes the kick. And it's going to go over on the near side here, where Dion Breyer will take it at about the 12, 15 to 20, 25 still on his feet, pushes it ahead, still driving it all the way out here to the 35-yard line. So another excellent run back by Dion Breyer. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 35-yard line. Now, if we stop turning it over here, we'll have a good opportunity here to get back into this ball game real quickly here. It's going to be Peterson flanked out on the far side of the field, and Sherman on the near side. Back to pass he goes. Fires one down this way. It is going to be incomplete. Goes in and out of the hands of Matthew Sherman. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Okay, on a 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line. Double slot formation now for the Trojans. Motion coming over this way is Breyer. And up the middle with it goes Zielinski. And Zielinski's got about 2 out to the 37.
Anthony Zielinski, the ball carrier.
But that's all. Anthony could not get anything more than that out of that one. So it'll be 3rd down and about 9. Newport last year up there at Newport really walloped the Trojans, but that was a different season, different ball club for each team. Here's motion coming over this way to Breyer. Fake to hand off to Breyer. Pham rolling, looking down the field. He's got a man out here. It's going to be complete to Heath Altland. And Altland is going to be tackled at the 43-yard line. A good pass play from Bobby Pham to Heath Altland. 1st and 10 UDA. Boy, Heath was open that time, and Bobby hit him very nicely out there. And took the ball down to the 43-yard line where it is 1st and 10. Now 1st and 10 Trojans. Motion coming over this way is a pass dumped off over here. Oh, look out. 85 out there. Almost picked that one off. John Booker almost picked that one off, actually. Bob was trying to loop a little screen over there to Altland, I believe. Or I'm not sure exactly who it was intended for, but boy, Booker got a hand on that one and just about picked that off. Wow. 2nd down and 10 coming up for the Trojans. This time we've got Ryan Robertson in there as a flanker on the near side of the field. Let's see if Bob decides to go to him this time. Motion over there goes Altland. Back to pass goes Pham. Rolling over here to the right, looking downfield. Got a man down there. It's complete. This is going to be number 24, Anthony Zielinski, circling out of the backfield and took that one for another UDA 1st down. Nice running pass that time by Bob Pham, firing that one down on the run. And Anthony Zielinski took it down to the 25-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 now for UDA. 6:18 remaining here in the first half. Robertson again will flank out on the near side. Peterson on the far side. We have a power I formation in the backfield. Running back there, Dion Breyer. Handoff this time. Whoops, hold everything. The ball is loose, still loose, and now finally snagged there by Bob Pham. So that ball, which has got to be wet now because, as I mentioned, it is still raining quite a bit out here. And it'll be a loss of about 10 on the play and bring up a 2nd down and 20. So the Trojans having no luck tonight with some of these miscues, and seems like when they get something decent going, they're always getting stymied by something dumb tonight. But anyway, it is a 2nd down and 20. Back to pass goes Pham. Fires one down this way. It is complete, and out of bounds with it goes Matt Sherman. A gain of about 10 on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. We got back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 now for UDA. Little circles that might appear on the TV screen here at the top of the picture. That's raindrops that have come in and got me in here, even in the booth. All right, here we go. 3rd down, 10. Pham looking, firing one over the left side. It is complete on a great catch out there by that Dion Breyer.
Knocks out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Boy, Breyer caught that one, and you could see it just on the edge of his fingertips out there. He had two receivers there, and Dean Breyer picked that one off with a great catch. Took the ball inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, where it'll be first and goal for the Trojans now on their own, or on the Newport 9-yard line. So the Trojans looking to come back and maybe take the lead here. 4:43 left in the first half. Handovers to Breyer. Up the middle he goes. Breyer drives it all the way down. Did he get in? No, not quite. But he's at about the 1 or 2. Got awfully close. Dean with a good effort that time. Just dragging tacklers with him and showing that strength that young Dean Breyer has. Great effort that time. Took the ball down to about the 1, where it'll be second and goal from about a foot or so out, actually. So the UDA definitely looking to get a lead here. Power I formation in the backfield. Handoffers to Breyer. Breyer in for 6, I'm sure. Yes, he is. Breyer drives it in, so the Trojans taking the ball down there and get a 6-3 lead now, and the touchdown is good. Referee just signaling a little late, as though there may have been a flag on the play. I don't know. He just gave the signal that it was good, but at any rate, got a 6-3 lead. And timeout's going to be called by Dauphin as they try to figure out a very important extra point in the ball game. So we have 4:03 remaining here in the first half. The Trojans looking to increase the margin by 1 or 2 after the extra point, but lead now by 3, 6-3, and we'll be back to see what that extra point looks like in just a moment. Trojan TD drive started at about their own 35 following the kick after the Newport field goal, and the Trojans will go for 2. And again, using the power I formation and flanking out both Altland, who goes in motion on this side, and let's see, we're going to have a passing play. They dump it over into the corner. Man is going to be knocked down out here. Bill Shipp comes up and knocks it down. Pass intended out here for Zielinski, but Billy Shipp knocks that one out of there, and so we have a 6-3 ball game now with 4:03 remaining here in the first half. Back with the Trojan kickoff in just a moment. Okay, Robertson has them teed up here now as he gets set to kick off for the second time in the ball game following the Trojans' first touchdown, and here comes that kick. It is going to be taken by a short man and downed immediately, as he had to fall down to receive that one. And so they'll put it in play right there. There'll be no run back. The ball will be down at the 31 or 32-yard line. A little hard to see from here. But at any rate, 1st and 10 now for Newport at the Newport 32. On a first down play now from the 32-yard line. Power I formation for the Newport Buffaloes, and running it up the middle here for a couple of yards goes that Newport runner. Tackled in there by Kinch and Sims coming up there to combine on that stop. It'll be second and 7. And just about the time they were going to get the play run, Newport decides to call a timeout. So we have timeout in the field with 3:04 left here in the first half. And Newport will have the ball on a 2nd down and 7 from their own 35-yard line. Be right back. Okay, now we're about set to go following the Newport timeout. Took that moment to get those water drops off my lens, and so we have none of those little spots up there, at least momentarily. But it's still raining and still blowing. Here's Shipp passing it over the middle. It is going to be intercepted by Dauphin, as coming up to make the stop is Bobby Pham, I believe. Let's see, who was that? Yeah, Bob Pham has picked that one off for the Trojans. So the Trojans take over with exactly 3 minutes remaining in the first half. The ball will be at the 40-yard line of Newport, and now the clock is put in motion, so less than 3 minutes to play here in the half. But another big interception by the Trojans as Bob Pham picks that one off. And they'll put the ball in play, 1st and 10 on the Newport 40. So let's see if the Trojans can drive down there. The last drive they had started at their own 35. This one starts at the Newport 40. Pass down the side over here. It's going to be complete to Matthew Sherman, and he has caught the ball. Catch out there by Bobby Sherman. I'm back a little in the booth now, and I got part of the wall that time. But anyway, a great catch by Matthew Sherman. Takes the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line, 9-yard line, I guess. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans as they look to increase the margin here before halftime. Handoff is to Breyer. Breyer ahead to the 6-yard line. Be 2nd down and goal from the 6 as they handed it off, and he tried to go up the middle with it. 2nd down, goal from the 6. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in the first half. Kinchin there at the left guard position, Sims at the right guard position, and here we go on a 2nd and goal. Bob's going to race around the left side with it. Is he going to keep it and take it in? He sure is. Touchdown, Bob Fan. Flag on the play. Flag on the play, thrown in there late. We're generally clipping or something ends up. Let's see if the Trojans are going to have this one called back. I'm pretty sure. The flag was thrown right as Bob skipped into the end zone. So I fear for this one. Yep, clip against the Trojans. So it's going to nullify Bob's run and bring the ball back 15 yards and put the ball back at around the 15-yard line. Okay, now the ball is spotted back at the Trojan 19-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 19. The rain and the wind blowing it up here now. We had to move back even further into the booth here. It'll soon be at the back wall. Anyway, back goes Bob, looking to pass, looking down the right side, pushes one out there. It is going to be incomplete, intended for Heath Altman. And Heath had that go off his fingertips. Some good defense out there, Ship out there, along with number 20 for Newport. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal from the 19. Okay, the timeout is over now, and the Trojans looking at a big 3rd down and goal from the 19-yard line. Bobby Pham will look to the right side this time. Dumps one down here into the corners, incomplete. Overthrown, and it'll bring up a 4th down now with 1:43 left in the first half. Ball overthrown there by Bob, and they'll try one more time here now. You can see the breeze is blowing again, as I say, right from left to right out there, so that might have helped Bob's pass sail way out of bounds. Probably overthrew him by 3 or 4 yards anyway, so 4th down coming up. 4th and goal, so we have no place to go in this one but for a touchdown. Here's Bobby Pham, dumps one way over here into the corner. It's going to be incomplete. And so that will do it, as the Trojans will turn it over on downs. Matt Sherman was the intended receiver, but with 1:36 left here in the first half, the Newport Buffaloes will have the football to conclude our first half here, probably. We'll see. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Newport Buffaloes. Ship is going to be sacked up in the backfield, I think, as he tried to get the handoff, but Zielinski and Moser and Kinch and Snyder all converging on him out there. They'll give him his forward progress. They handed it off to Mace apparently, but gosh, couldn't really tell. They got mauled right at about this time of the handoff. Lost a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. 1:03 remaining here in the first half. Again, that same power I formation for Newport. And the handoff this time to 45, and he rips over the right side and got some good yardage out there until Dion Breyer will pick him up and knock him down out here at the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10. Newport, oh, I beg your pardon, it's short. It is short, 3rd and 9. He did gain 10, but now it's 3rd and 1. Picked up 10 on the play. It was a 2nd and 11, so now it's going to be 3rd down and about a yard. 28 seconds remaining in the game, in the first half of the game. And this time they're going to give it to that Enk, and Enk probably has the first down. It'll be pretty close. Looks from here as though he does have the first down. And we got 18 seconds remaining. I believe it's going to be a first down. It is. So Newport has picked up yet another first down with 14 seconds and the clock winding down. Now I think the Buffaloes are going to elect to let that clock run out now, as they will not have to run another play here in the half. And they'll go into the halftime now trailing 6-3. And the Trojans will open up the second half by getting the football back and going on offense for the for the beginning of the second half, as they deferred in the first half. Now, that's what they did up there at Juniata, the Trojans, if you recall. They, I think, deferred until the second half, and then coming out in the second half, they got the football and really did a great job in the second half. So we're going to have a 6-3 score here at halftime, and we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. Well, the teams are back on the field now. We're set to go with the second half, and to begin the second half, the Trojans will receive the football, and the Newport Buffaloes getting ready to tee it up and kick off to the UDA. They'll send back Altland as one of the people to receive this kick, along with Dean Breyer. We'll see if we can't get a better second half offensively going here in these weather conditions, which are less than desirable. It is really blowing. It was raining all during halftime. Now it has quieted down quite a bit. Not too much rain out there all of a sudden, so at least we'll start in the dry, but the breeze really picking up. And Altland and Breyer back deep to receive this Bill Ship kick. 6-3 lead is really too close, to say the least. And we need to see if we can't do something about that. The ball has blown off the tee, which of course was predictable, that's for sure. So somebody's going to have to probably hold it for Billy Ship, because it's really gusting around out here, something fierce. A lot of the fans now have put their umbrellas away as the rain has momentarily stopped anyway. And now we're set to go again, and it falls off again, so we're going to have to get a holder in here. And that's been the delay right now. 35 will hold the ball, I think, for Ship this time. Yep. So here we go. For the third time, I say here we go. Here we go again, I guess is the way to put it. All right. Billy's going to have no problem with this one, as he's got a holder. And he's going to bounce one. Whoa, bounces right up here, and it's going to be recovered, as the ball was kicked out here right at Dunny Bender making the stop out there. He was there with that Toby Huffman, and Bender fell on it and recovered it, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the UDA 45. So the Trojans with excellent field position to begin the second half of play here now. And they're playing right out in front of us for the moment. In motion comes Breyer. Up the middle with it goes Zielinski. Zielinski with about a yard, nothing more than that. Stop made in there by number 79 and number 42. And picked up a long yard. 2nd down and 8, we'll call it. That might be just a little bit generous. It's not quite 2, but anyway, a long one. Peterson flanks out on the far side. On the near side here is Sherman. Breyer coming in motion over this way. Back to pass goes Pham. Bobby looking, getting a rush. Now he'll scramble out of it. Now he's going to tuck it away, and he dives ahead to the 48 or 49 yard line, as 43 Dunkel making the stop in there for the Buffaloes. The ball will be spotted at the 49 or so yard line of Newport. 3rd and 4 coming up here for UDA. 3rd and 4, they'll line it up this time with that same double slot formation. Altland and Breyer in the slot, and back to pass goes Pham. Fires one over this way. It is incomplete, or is it complete? Yeah, it is complete. Great catch there by number 82, Matt Sherman, making one heck of a catch. Looked like Matt bobbled that a little bit, and he's going to come off as he fell on it then, I believe. And he's shaken up here at least momentarily. That's all, I believe. And let's see. Official checking on him here. He's going to be okay. Just probably had the wind knocked out of him as he fell on that, but an excellent catch by Matthew Sherman. 1st and 10, the ball at the 41-yard line of Newport. Handoff up the middle on the draw goes Breyer. Breyer heads into the secondary and dashes all the way down to the 27-yard line. An excellent run that time by Dion Breyer, picking up the first down as he picks up about 15 yards or so on the play. And they'll spot it at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10, Trojans. 1st and 10 on the big draw play that took him down to the 23-yard line. Make that 23-yard line. Here's Pham with it, and he keeps it, goes up the middle with it. I don't know if he had lost the handle on it. I'm not sure if that was a legitimate play or not. It looked like a busted play to me. At any rate, Bob gets about 3 yards out of it, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Ball will be spotted right at the 19-yard line of Newport. So 2nd down and a long 7, just about 8. Here comes Pham. Oh, you'll hand it off to Breyer, and Breyer this time slips down and a flag thrown inside there. And sometimes he could get face mask on that call. Nope, holding against the Trojans. Holding against UDA, so that one's coming back. Probably not much gain on the play. We'll have to see what Newport elects to do with this. Could be a interesting decision. They're talking it over, and they're going to bring it back 10 yards and give the Trojans another opportunity from the 30-yard line now, holding against UDA. So it'll be 2nd down and about 18. 2nd and about 18. Here comes Breyer over this way. Back to pass goes Pham. Looking down the left side. Screens one out there. It is complete to Zielinski. And Zielinski is tackled after he picks up about 8 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd and about 12 or something like that, as the ball is taken down to the 24-yard line. 3rd and 12 coming up now for UDA. Pass was complete to Zielinski for about 7 yards that time. And we'll see what happens here on this 3rd down and 12. Playing in the 3rd quarter, got 3 minutes and 8 seconds, or 8 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Here's Bobby. He's got it, gets some protection, going to fire it down the field. It is complete over here for a nice catch to Altland. And Heath has got it inside the 10, and a flag is thrown down here. It's going to be an illegal receiver downfield for the Trojans. So the Trojans kind of self-destructing and keeping these Newport Buffaloes in this football game. As yet we have another pass completion for what would have been a 1st down, and they're going to bring this one back for an illegal man down the field. So, gosh, we're going to, I don't know, we're going to bring this one back some more. And that may even, let's see if that's a loss of down, I'm not sure. 3rd down, nope, 3rd down. And it will be 3rd down and about 17 or so. Okay, on a 3rd and 17, and now they're going to stop the clock, as something is amiss here, and the officials are going to talk something over here. Should be maybe, 3rd down, okay. And the rain coming down again heavily. It had just stopped moments ago when we began the half. So we're looking at a 3rd down situation. I thought it was a loss of down. I think that was a question. Anyway, here comes Pham, back to pass in the rain, fires one down this way. It's going to be picked off over here by number 15. He racing back down here, and he is going to be tackled as a couple of Trojans converge on him out here. Mosser and Peterson making the stop on him, but an excellent interception and a good run back by that Newport Buffalo, and they'll take the ball over on their own 45. So again, the Trojans turn it over on the interception this time, and it will be 1st and 10 now, Newport. Again, playing in the rain. Sheets of rain coming down here. Not exactly hard rain, not a big drops, but just a blowing kind of a heavy drizzle, I guess you'd call it. Here's a handoff. 42 has it, and a couple of Trojans have him. As coming in to make the stop there is that number 32, Sean Rao, along with Brar, making the stop, and Altland getting up off that pile also. Picked up a gain of about a long yard. We second down and 9 or a long 8. Okay, here's a 2nd and 8 now for Newport. Power I for, oh, hold everything. Flags on the play. Center did not snap the ball, and Ship is hit in the backfield, but flags were thrown beforehand. This will be 5 yards against the Newport Buffaloes. They call it a dead ball foul and march them back 5, which will make it a 2nd down and 14. Ball taken back to the 41-yard line of Newport, and 2nd and 14 now. 6:20 left here in the 3rd quarter. Trojans up by 3, 6-3. And 2nd and 14 coming up now for Newport. Again, the wind and the rain coming down rather heavily now. Oh, look out. Here's a ball as it's mishandled on the snap. I believe Bill didn't get a hold of that one. And it will be recovered by Billy Ship, and that makes it a 3rd down and 14. Again, the elements out here just tearing up both ball clubs as they have a hard time handling now the snap and the passing and the receiving and everything else. So 3rd and 14 coming up. 3rd and 14. Let's see what he does with this one. Ball is back now at the 43-yard line. Back to pass goes Ship. He is going to rush it up the middle, but he's going to be tackled in there as Sims grabs a hold of him along with 64 Brad Snyder. And the rain now, check this. It is getting weird out here now for the rain just coming down in sheets. Brad Steiner and Randy Sims making a big stop there. 4th down and 14, no gain on the play. And they will punt this one up into the rain for sure. These kids have never played on a night like this, not this season. We've had excellent weather. Boy, this one's out of sight. Here's the snap. It's a low snap, but Ship handles it well, drives it back here, and it's going to go all the way down to the 8-yard line. I believe it is. It'll be down at around the 8. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 8. There was a flag on the last play, and we'll see who it's against. Here comes the official to pick up the flag, I guess. I don't know where he's heading. He's heading upfield by himself anyway. He's either coming to get his flag or this is a 95-yard penalty. No, they come back. No flag. I got to say there was no flag on the play. All right, well, anyway.
No penalty on the play.
I know one thing. There's a lot of water on the play. Water on my lens again. So anyway, it is 1st and 10 for UDA from their own 8-yard line now as the Trojans will put it in play. And see what happens here. Here's Pham, hands it up the middle. Breyer drives out to the 10, maybe a yard or so on the play. Not much at all. And it'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd down and 9. The official tries to preserve the dryness of the football, covers it, but it doesn't do much good anymore. Here is a rush up the middle again by Breyer. He's got a couple of yards, 42 on the stop in there for the Newport Buffaloes. Picked up about 3 or 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Ball's out at the 14-yard line now. So UDA, if they need to get about a big 5 yards on this one, because with that wind, Pham would be kicking into one heck of a stiff wind right now. So it's 3rd down and 5. Bobby Pham's going to roll over that way, and he's going to be, almost hit the backfield, but not quite. Pham still has, he's tripped up. As coming up there to make the stop, number 42.
blitzed and got him in the backfield.
Number 42.
Boy, Bob is tripped up way back there around the 5-yard line, so it'll be punting out of terrible field position now into a wind, into a rain, and boy, I'll tell you, we need a good snap here, and we need get the ball out of there. Maybe it'd be a good time to take a safety. You know what I mean? I've seen teams do that already. Take a safety. We still have a 2-yard. I think the coaches are going to call for a safety too, and I think we're going to let them do that.
This looks like this.
And they're going to snipe it, and that's going to be a safety, and so the Trojans will get to kick it out from out here at the 20-yard line, as the Trojan coaches had done what I thought they might do, and that is call for a safety. It's a 6-5 ball game now, and the Trojans will punt it away from their own 20-yard line now, or kick it. They have the option, I believe, of either punting it or placing the ball down and kicking it. So we'll see. It's a 6-5 game now, and the Trojans will kick off to Newport. The score kind of relates to the weather conditions here. Looks like a baseball score. The Trojans 6, the visiting Buffaloes 5. Minute 55 remaining here in the third quarter. And that Trojan kick coming up here in just a moment. So I'll tell you, strange ball game. Robertson has it teed up out here now to perform this kick. They're going to kick it from the 20-yard line. The ball still staying on the stand, which is rather amazing. And we want Ryan to get a good kick out here. Brian kicks it out here. Nice kick. Comes all the way here to the 35-yard line, where it is picked off out here by Billy Ship. Ship will carry it down here to the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin, where it'll be 1st and 10. Stopping there by Mosser, Bender, Wagner, and Hill probably in on the stop there too. They'll spot at the 48, 1st and 10 Newport. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Power I formation, and no flags on that play. Nope, the ball came loose, I think, but might have been recovered in there by the Newport Buffaloes. Maybe it didn't come loose, just looked like it might have momentarily. Came to about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball now at the UDA 45-yard line. Inside the 45-yard line of Upper Dauphin on a 2nd down and 7. Motion's coming over this way. Pitches back over there to that 43, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. No gain on that play. Is coming up to meet him quickly is Altland, along with Ryan Kinch in there, coming up to make the stop on him. 3rd and 7 now for the Newport Buffaloes, as he has stopped right at the 45-yard line, or the line of scrimmage. And another big couple of plays coming up here for the Trojan defense. See if we can stop these guys. Going to be about 3 or 4 seconds is all that remains here in the quarter. Can they get it off before the buzzer? No, they cannot. So that'll do it. The third quarter comes to an end. We've got a 1-point ball game, 6-5 Upper Dauphin at the end of 3. So what a game. 4th period coming up. Score at the end of 3. 6-5 UDA. Okay, with 12 minutes to play now, Newport looking at a 3rd down and 7 from the 45-yard line. Ship back to pass, looks, fires. It is incomplete. Intended over there for number 15, Kevin or something like that. Anyway, it is going to be a 4th down play coming up here, 4th and 7. Trojans are going to drop back Sherman and Peterson to pick this ball up here if we can, as Newport will be forced to punt. They'll be punting from their own 45-yard line, or around there someplace. Billy Ship will step back there, and he'll be stepping up to about his own 45 to get this one away. And we'll see if the Trojans can handle this. Look for a snap here. It is a good snap. Ship punts it away, low punt, going to be taken, well, let's see. Peterson has it, and the ball still loose, and it's going to be picked up by Newport, or what? Nope. It is going to be downed out there by Newport, as the loose ball got away from Drew Peterson. And Newport has the football, 1st and 10, or 1st and goal on about the Trojan 5. So just simply could not get after that one, and The ball, slippery as a greased pig out there, gets away, and it'll be first and goal, Newport at the Trojan 5-yard line. So tough break there for UDA, but it's just, again, ridiculous elements, and just could not pick up that slippery ball. So first and 10, or first and goal, Ship hands it off. 43 will go around the left side in there, and he is close, but not in. Stopped probably at about the 1-yard line. Looked like Zielinski come up to make the stop that time for the Trojans. It'll be second and goal from about the 1 for Newport. So we'll see if something can happen out here that will give the ball back to UDA. Need a fumble or something, I guess, huh? All right, here's the snap. Ship will hand it off up the middle. He go with it, but he did not get in that time as he is stacked up by the middle of that Trojan line. Everybody in there doing a job. Kinch included. Looks like he'll get off the bottom, and Ryan Kinch saying he's not going to get in over him. So it'll be third and goal now as the rain slackens. The breeze still blowing, but the rain has slacked off just ever so little anyway. And we're looking at a third and goal from about the 1. Will Ship sneak this one? No. He'll hand it off to 43. He's in. Touchdown. Touchdown by the Newport Buffaloes. And that came with 10:09 remaining here in the ball game, and makes it 11-6 now. And they'll be looking at an extra point try coming up. Extra point try coming up here now as Ship will try to kick this one for an extra point. Oh, the ball rolls back there, but the kick is up, and the kick is no good. It goes off to the right. No good. The snap was a little low, seemed to skid back there to the holder. And so it will be Newport kicking off here to the Trojans with the score remaining at 11-6. And the reason the camera's tilting is because I got to keep moving back and forth inside the booth here, as you got to keep backing up because of the wind blowing inside. So it's very difficult to try to keep the camera level, so we'll do the best we can. The Trojans now, I think, are going to be keyed up after that. The rain has, well, still raining, but not quite as wild as it was before, but you can still see the rain coming down here. And see if we can't get a good run back here or something. Maybe we can run one all the way back. We'll see. Okay, ready to go here now. As the Buffaloes have her teed up here. They have that lead now, 5-point one. And here's the kick. Low kick. Taken right out here by Rutledge. And the ball came loose again, and I think Newport might have recovered it. Let's see. Or was he already down? What are they going to rule it? No, they're going to rule he was already down, but oh boy. Sean Rutledge kicked that one up. Sean kind of waited there for a moment. Sean a little indecisive as to what to do with that one, as everybody was bunched up the middle, and with the footing and everything else, he was stopped right there at the 37-yard line, first and 10 UDA. So now the Trojans again trail, and here's Bobby Pham going back to pass. Slips once. Now he's going to have some running room. Pham up the middle. He's got some good running room. Bobby Pham needs to beat one man back here, and he's going to be dragged down as 21 comes up and makes a stop on him. But boy, Bob Pham with an exciting run that time, getting something out of nothing. And they say he went out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 UDA on the Newport 25-yard line. Excellent job there by that versatile QB, Bobby Pham. No one open, ran up the middle. Man, did he have some running room, and that number 21 coming over there and cutting him off and saving the 6 for Newport. And it's first and 10 from the 25. Handoff is to Brower. Brower tries to go up the middle with it, drags ahead for a couple of good yards. To getting 5 out of that, it'll be second down and 5. Nice run again by that Dion Brower. How Brower can get any footing out there, I don't know, because it is soaked now. These kids are soaked. The field is soaked. Everything is pretty much soaking up now. Second and 5. Kinch making a good block that time to spring Dion up the middle that time, running over that left guard spot there for the Trojans. Power I formation again this time, and again Breyer's got it, but he's not going to do much this time as he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Nothing doing that time. 3rd and 5, looking at UDA. 3rd down and actually a long 4. Back to pass goes Breyer, Pham rather. Pass over here, it is overthrown, intended for Matthew Sherman, but it is overthrown, and it looks like Sherman may be down on the play as he might have got shaken up there as he was hit in the back as he extended himself to make the catch, and the official's got a check on Matt, and Matt says he's okay, but the official whistled time stop, so they may have Matt go out of the ball game. In fact, he's going to. And coming in to replace him will be that Brian Robertson coming in to replace Sherman. So the Trojans looking at a 4th down and about 4, a long 4. They need this one. This is a big one now. The ball at the 20-yard line, so the Trojans do not want to give it up here. Altland and Breyer go into the slot, and Zielinski is the setback, and dropping back straight back is Pham. Pham is going to have to run it. He's going to run around this side, but he's not going to make it. They're going to throw him out of bounds, and that'll do it as the Trojans will turn it over on downs at their own 23-yard line, at the Newport 23-yard line. So 1st and 10, Newport. And a big rush that time put on Bobby Pham. Bob unable to get loose back there. And he tried to run it, but couldn't get enough as they converged it on pretty quickly. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line of Newport. Now the Trojan defense has got to go to work. 8 minutes, 16 seconds remaining in the ball game. And the handoff this time is at 33. It's Sims, wraps him up immediately. In the backfield, perhaps he might have lost a yard on the play. Mosser in there to help him. But Randy Sims, a man making the first hit that time. Randy got his uniform all bent out of shape out there. His 6 is crawling up over his shoulder now. Randy had to get himself back together. Anyway, it'll be a loss of 2 and make it a 2nd down and 12. Ball back at the 20-yard line now of Newport. Ship has it, still has it. Can it be stopped in the backfield? Yes, he's tackled. No, ball came loose. And it looks like Upper Dauphin has it. They do. The Trojans have recovered this fumble on the 23-yard line. So the fortunes of both ball clubs tonight hinging on the fumbles, the interceptions, and whatever, you know. And it looks as though maybe Breyer might have come up with that recovery of that fumble. At any rate, gives the ball right back to the Trojans on another big break for the different team, for the black team this time. It'll be at the 23-yard line of Newport. So the Trojans 1st and 10 on the Newport 23. Tell you, it's a game of opportunities tonight created by the weather. And we'll see who can take the most advantage of it, I guess. Here's Breyer. He's going to go in a reverse. Coming around this side comes Sherman. Sherman needs a block. He's going to get one, and then he's going to be tackled out here, and a flag is thrown late. A flag thrown late on the play, and we'll find out what the penalty is. Flag came up there pretty late. It looks as though they're going to penalize Newport the way they're reacting, but I don't know. It is an illegal block against Newport, and that's going to take the ball all the way down probably to the 7 or 8 yard line. They're going to talk to the Trojans. Of course, the Trojans would take the penalty, I would think. I wouldn't know why not. It's from the spot of the foul, so obviously they would be gaining by taking the penalty. They'd gain nothing by declining it. The ball is spotted at the 13-yard line, so it might go down to the 7 or something. We'll see. They're going to carry it down here now, and it's going to go to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Upper Dauphin from the Newport 7. 7 minutes, 2 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and the Trojans with that absolutely great opportunity now. 1st and goal from the 7. Bobby Pham hands it off. Up the middle goes Breyer. Breyer dives to the 1-yard line where he has stopped. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. A nice run that time by Breyer, picking up about 6 out of the 7 that we needed, and bringing up a 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. So the Buffaloes took advantage of the turnover from the Trojans on the missed kick. And now the Trojans trying to return the favor on the recovery of the fumble out here. Here's a handoff to Breyer. Breyer dives down, and is he in? He is. Touchdown, Upper Dauphin. It is a 12-11 ball game now as the Trojans have regained the lead. Breyer racing over from 1 yard out, and we've got 6:17 remaining, a lot of time remaining in the ball game, and the Trojans will have to go for 2, one would think, and we'll see what happens here now. As timeout's going to be called again. Every time the Trojans score, they call timeout. Try to figure out what the heck they can do with this extra point. So it's going to be a big one. We'll be right back with the extra point try. 6:17 remaining in the ball game. The Trojans right now up by 1, but looking to go up by 3 perhaps if we can get that extra point. So it's never over till it's over. And boy, this ball game, I'll tell you, whoever slops the last one in will be the winner, I guess, because it has been just a series of turnovers that have led to all the scoring, and the scoring has been tough to come by, to say the least, except for the big breaks. Okay, it's going to be a big 2-point conversion try here by the Trojans, and we'll see who's open. It's going to be a reverse. Here comes Sherman. He gets down there. Did he get in? No, he did not. Matthew Sherman is not able to cut it upfield and get in. So we've got a 1-point ball game remaining here now. It is 12-11. Trojan idea there, of course, was to get it down there to where at least a field goal would have tied up the ball game and would have forced perhaps Newport to go for a touchdown if they got driven down close. But as it stands, we got a 1-point ball game, and the Trojans will kick off here in just a moment. Okay, again, Brian Robertson has her teed up here, getting set to kick off following the Trojans' second touchdown of the evening. The ball is remaining on the tee, so see if Brian can get a good kickoff here. Here it comes. It's going to come down this way and go out of bounds, and that'll give the Newport Buffaloes the football probably at the 35-yard line, I would think. It would probably not take a re-kick. Ball will be taken up to the 35, where it'll be put in play 1st and 10. Oh, they are going to kick it over. Okay, Newport has elected to make them kick it over, and they'll penalize them 5 yards. Put the ball back to the 35-yard line, where Brian Robertson will try it from the Trojan 35. And we'll see if Brian can kick this one and keep it on the field anyway. We don't want him to get a run back, and of course that would have ended the possibility of a run back, but instead Newport took the penalty and will have him kick it over from the 35. Still 6:17 remaining in the football game. Well, let's see if Brian can get this one to stay in bounds. And here it comes. And it's going to go over on the other side. And that one might go out of bounds again. Yep, going to go out of bounds. And Trojans not doing themselves any favors here now, as they're going to re-kick this, and probably from the 30-yard line. We'll see. Well, illegal procedure against UD is the call again on the bummer kick, but they'll be back to the 30-yard line, and they're going to give Newport good field position by default here if they don't watch themselves. They'll be back at the 30-yard line now, so Brian has better kick one straight down the field and take our chances. Otherwise, we're backing up towards our goal post anyway. So my goodness. All right. Newport should get excellent field position out of this now. So here we go. Ship and Chapman deep to return this kick if Brian can get it in the playing field. Here it comes. It's going to go down the middle this time, and it's going to skid right past the intended receiver back to the 18, and now he's going to run it upfield. This is Ship, and Ship will drag it ahead to the 35-yard line. So after all that fussing around, they probably should have taken the first one at the 35, and they would have been all right. Anyway, it's a good kick and some good coverage that time. Ship with about a 15-yard run back on that kick after it skidded past one of his teammates out there. And so it'll be 1st and 10 now for Newport. The rain has almost stopped. I can hardly see any rain out there now at all. So 5:50 remaining here in the ball game as Billy Ship puts them to work at the 35-yard line. Ship dropping back to pass, fires one over the middle. Man is out there, and he's in the clear, and he's got it for a first down, gathering about 13 yards on the play. First and 10, Newport. The ball will be at the 49-yard line of Newport. First and 10. So Ship came out passing that time as he had a receiver wide open over the middle and completed it for a first down at the Newport 49. Breeze picking up. Handoff this time and hit in the backfield on a nice tackle by Dion Breyer. Is that number 42 Smith or something like that? I'm not sure what they're saying. At any rate, Breyer coming up there to make the stop. No gain on the play. It'll be second and 10. 5 minutes to play, and it'll be second down and 10. Ball still at the Newport 49. Same power I formation in the backfield for the Newport Buffaloes. Back to pass goes Schmidt. Get a big rush, and Rao will take care of Billy Ship that time as Rao converges on him along with Sims, but Sean Rao really coming back there and nailing him for a big loss on the play. It'll put the ball back to the 42-yard line. It'll be third down and about 17 now, looking at the Newport Buffaloes. Excellent rush that time by that Sean Rao. Sean does a couple of those every game, and man, that came at a nice time. 4 minutes and 5 seconds. We'll be inside of 4 minutes to go here. If the Trojans can hold them now on this big third and about 17, we could get the ball back and then perhaps have a chance to grind one out here. As I said, the wind's still whipping around, but the rain has stopped momentarily, and now we have a flag called. There is a flag on the play. It's a delay of game against Newport, so that doesn't help either. I don't know what the heck the Buffaloes were doing that time, but it's going to take them back to the 37-yard line. It'll be third and 22 now. So the Buffaloes all of a sudden are self-destructing here a little bit. And they'll be looking at a third and 22. So we're going to stay back this time, just assuming that they're going to pass. Big rush, pass, complete. And let's see, 15's got it, tries to drag away from a couple of would-be tacklers, then he's finally smothered by any number of Trojans out there. But Chapman with the reception just short of the original line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a fourth down and 11. So apparently the Newport Buffaloes have a decision to make here now. And perhaps they will be punting. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. And fourth and 12. So if they're going to punt it away, I don't know. And timeout's going to be called because Newport doesn't know at this point either. So Billy Ship will call time and talk this over with his coach. And we'll be right back. 3:10 remaining here in the ball game. Trojans up by 1. Amazing with all the rain that we had, and it was in like a light shower form, you know, with blowing and all that stuff. Heck, the track down here, you can't even see any evidence of rain. It looks like the track could be almost dusty. It's hard to believe it's the composition of the track, I guess, because it, was really raining and raining in here in the booth, but can't hardly tell it. You could tell it by the way the ball was so slippery and so forth, but the field still looks in nice condition. And we're looking now at that big play here. Fourth down and 12 for Newport. They're talking it over. Coach is still on the field. The referee has put the clock in motion already. That is to say, the play clock. So here we go on a fourth down and 12. Bill Ship will drop back. He's firing down the side over here. Incomplete it goes. Intended over here for number 15, but it's going to go as an incompletion, and the Trojans will take over. Brad Chapman, I think, was the intended receiver. Sherman covering out there for UDA, and the Trojans will take over first and 10 on the Newport 48-yard line. So we've got 3:04 left here in the ball game, and the Trojan effort now is to hang on to that football. Hang on to that football. No rain anymore. No, not raining a drop at the moment, but the breeze still brisk. 1st and 10 Trojans from the Newport 48. Breyer will go in motion over in the right side. Up the middle with it goes Bob Pham. Rushes ahead for about 5 to the 43-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 44. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Mosser checking into the ball game. Sims checks out for UDA. 2nd and 7 for the Trojans. 2:40 left here in the ball game. Again, it's going to be Peterson on the near side as a flanker. It's going to be Breyer skipping around the right side and dragging it ahead for some good yardage to the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3, but another nice strong run by that Dion Breyer. 3rd and 3 coming up for UDA. Bobby Pham will get the message coming into the ball game as that's Sean Rao to replace Peterson for UDA. And it is 3rd and 3. Clock down to less than 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Just under 2 minutes, 1:55 and so forth. They go to that power I formation on this 3rd down and 3. And the handoff up the middle with it goes Breyer, but he's not going to get it as he is stopped in there. That play, something happened to that one as Pham and Breyer both were stopped momentarily in the backfield, and Breyer struggled ahead for about a half a yard, be 4th and 2. Mosser checks out of the ball game. Peterson coming back in for the Trojans, and now Rao will check out also. 4th down, 2 yards to go, 1 minute and 15 seconds. Clock continuing to move here. This is a big play for both squads. Oh, and this time it's going to be Newport jumping offside and giving the Trojans a 1st down, I do believe. Let's see what they call. Let's see what they're going to call. You never know here. They're conferring on this one. So the crowd over here got pretty excited, but I don't know. They're talking this one over as though the Trojans may have moved in that line and maybe were drawn offsides. See what they call it. It's a dead ball foul. Offsides against UDA. They're going to call a penalty against the Trojans, and Mr. Mateer over here trying to figure out what happened as this guy over here was the one who had changed the call. I thought it was going to be Newport jumping offside, but I was afraid of that one. It just looked a little suspicious, and now timeout's going to be called by Upper Dauphin with 1 minute and 5 remaining in the ball game. Trojans will be looking at a 4th down and about 7. 1:05 left. 4th and 7 for the Trojans. The rain coming, we had to get by. Oh, and a booming kick, got to go all the way back here, and I had to move back in, so we'll check it out here in a second. Hold on a second. Rain, which I just mentioned had stopped, is now back in a hurry. And Newport looking at it. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. Bobby Pham with a great punt, punted it all the way into the end zone. I missed it because we had to move back because of the rain blowing in here to the booth. But anyway, 1st and 10 now for Newport. 1 minute and 57 seconds rather remaining in the ball game. Here's Ship pitching it out over this way. A reverse. He's going to be, just a miss in the backfield. And let's see, we're going to have the man still on his feet and knocked out of bounds over there on the far side. And wow, that play took some time off the field as he scrambled around out to the 27-yard line. All that effort got him about 5 yards actually, and it'll be 2nd down and 5 with just 45 seconds remaining in the ball game. Okay, now we've got a 2nd and 5 from about the 25. Here's Ship drifting back to pass, looking down the left side. Got to fire it down here. It is going to be incomplete. Intended out there for number 15. Defending on the play was Brian Morgan. And it goes as an incompletion. Stops the clock with 38 seconds remaining in the ball game. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. The wind is really going to play havoc with long passes now because, man, it is just blowing. If this was the wintertime, you think that was snow, wouldn't you? But anyway, it is gusting. It is blowing the booth, blowing the fans, and certainly blowing the football. So here we go at a 3rd and 5. Ship back to pass. Fires one down this way. It is incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down play now, as Chapman was the intended receiver, I believe they said. And it'll bring a 4th and 5 now. So this will be game time here for the Newport Buffaloes because we've got 33 seconds remaining. And if they do not get this 4th and 5, we will get the ball back and be able to sit on it. What a tough ball game here tonight against these Newport Buffaloes, played in the worst of conditions, and both teams just being opportunists tonight as each team gave the other multiple chances with the turnovers. Here's that big 4th down play over the middle. It is complete for Chapman out here at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 to Ryan Chapman. Clock is down to 28 seconds. They'll put it in play as soon as they move the ball back a little bit to the 37-yard line. The referee will signal the clock to move. It does. 25 seconds left. Ship on a 1st and 10. Drifting back to pass. Fires one over this way. It is going to be intercepted by Altland. Heath Altland down the right side, and Altland will be dragged down, and that should do it. In fact, that will do it now. And yet another turnover in the ball game is going to end it for the Newport Buffaloes to give the Trojans what would appear to be at least a 1-point margin. There's only 12 seconds left. The Trojans will set on this one, and so UDA will win its 2nd in a row. It's 6th in 8 tries, and go 6 and 2. Newport will drop back to 2 and 6. But one heck of a good ball game, one heck of a struggle, as that'll do it. So the ball game comes to an end right there, and it was one heck of a memorable game. These kids will remember this ball game, believe me, as one heck of a struggle in some terrible conditions. And we'll see you later. Congratulations to all the coaches and all the ball players out here, as they have done a heck of a job. We congratulate both teams for one heck of a great effort here tonight under these windswept and rain-swept conditions. Wow. So been a lot of fun. The Trojans coming out on top by 1, 12-11. There's your final score. Upper Dauphin 12 and the visiting Newport Buffaloes 11. So talk about a strange ball game. It was strange from the opening to the very end here, as turnovers and giveaways just led to the scoring for the most part, and the Trojans prevail by 1. All right, 2-game streak now going into next week's ball game, and we'll see you later. The next ball game.